I was on the board of Apple Computer before I became chairman and CEO. The company had gotten itself into financial difficulty and was on the brink of bankruptcy. So the board of directors asked me, since I had a successful track record of building new companies, would I come in and run Apple Computer in order and fix it? It took me about 2.5 years, but I brought the company back to success. And again, my vision was to have Apple ultimately focus on the megatrends of our era. Now, right now, most of that has to do with computers and computer-related products. But in the longer term, they need to get involved in the other areas that are critical to the future, like safety, making things safer, making people healthier. And so my vision was I wanted to expand the breadth of technology that I was addressing, and that wasn't appropriate for Apple. So I left Apple and I started my company called Credo Capital. The reason I wanted to do some new things that weren't appropriate for Apple. And those things have to do with making the world a safer place, addressing health issues, addressing a new way of addressing communications that goes well beyond what companies like Google are doing, that will actually enhance people's lives and make their world safer, no matter whether you're in Africa, the United States, or the Middle East. Well, I wouldn't call it the other side. I would just think we weren't as smart then as we are today. That's a better way of saying that. So I think we've become smarter. And being smarter means we have more responsibility. And we need to remember, in the beginning, Apple focused on the United States. It didn't go international right away. It's focused on the United States. But ultimately, I brought it international. I opened facilities around the world, all the way from Australia to China to everywhere. And I took the company global. And that was the right thing to do. Some of the newer technologies are not ready to do that yet because they're still too new. But over the next coming decade, what a lot of the new technologies I'm hoping to invent will go global, and you'll be reading more about what I'm up to. Not at this time. Not at this time. But that is something we will need to focus on. Yeah, I think it's very important. And again, my whole message here today at this summit, we're a Global World Summit, is that the whole world needs to become Silicon Valley, not just the United States. And that every sovereign nation ought to develop its own internal programs to adopt a program to developing high technologies. And I think we all need to cooperate with one another in doing that. And by doing so, we will ultimately allow people to live longer, have better quality of life, and frankly, preserve our destiny on planet Earth, because you never know what's going to happen. So again, energy is a big, big part of that. And it's probably next to the things we've already done, energy is probably the next big problem. Most generation of energy today is very pollutive to the atmosphere. And you know about that all the time. You hear it on the news every day. We can do better. We can find ways to generate energy without polluting the atmosphere. And we need to spend some energy making that happen. But it's not just one country to do that. The whole world has to get aboard. It has to do with how you capture the energy and distribute it. And there are much better ways to do it. Now, we have to invent a few things to improve that, but we're pretty far along in that area. So I think we will address this problem. But again, the whole world has to do it. If we just do it in the United States, it's great for the American people, but it's not great for the rest of the world. We have to get everybody involved in this project.